Right, let's go. Welcome to the lesson. Okay, so hopefully you just saw me muddling through the solo to Masterplan. So this is the solo at the end of the song, the outro solo. The solo in the middle is a bit hard because of the effect that's on it. It's quite hard to kind of reproduce, but this outro solo is really cool. It's got a lot of classic Noel Gallagher things in it and it sounds great, so let's just crack on with it. So we're in the key of A minor, so we're in the positions we'd expect. We've got this A minor pentatonic and then we've got the blues box. That's basically all we're using here, and that's classic Noel Gallagher, so it's exactly what you'd expect from him. Basically, the first kind of 6 times, I think it is, are very, very similar, and then we have a little bit at the end where the chords sequence changes, and that's slightly different in terms of solo. So the chord sequence, I do go over it in my video on the chord sequence, but it basically goes C to G/B, which is basically a G, to A minor 7 to G. Okay, so that's the chord sequence. So that's classic C major or A minor. It doesn't matter which of those because they're the same scale. So let's crack on. So first thing we're going to do, this is what we're going to do a lot. We're going to do a double stop here on the 8th fret. So it's going to be E string and B string with our first finger. Then I'm going to hammer on to the 10th fret on the B string. Then I'm going to play that as a double stop. Okay, so that's my first bit. So we're going to do that lots of times, I say, and the same with this next bit is what we do basically every time. I think so. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Yeah, we do exactly the same first bit. So we've just done the double stop there at 8, E and B, 5th fret on the G. Then on the G string, 7th fret, I'm going to do a bend up and down. It's not a big bend. It's not. It's just a quick up and down. 5th fret on the G. Then we'll play 7th fret on the D, and then back to 5th fret on the G. So that's my normal kind of first half of this riff. Okay, that's it. Pardon me, sorry, that's it played at full speed. So we're going to do that 6 times. So first time, this is the ending we're going to play. 5th fret on the D string. This actual 5th fret on the D string is still in the previous bar, but it's part of the next part of the lick. Then on the D string still, 5th fret to 7th fret hammer on. Okay, then 5th fret on the G string, I'm going to play that twice. Still on the G string, 7th fret to 5th fret pull off. Then 7th fret on the G string up and down bend. Then 5th fret on the G, 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G. Okay? Then we go back and do the first bit again. So this next section, okay, is going to be the same thing twice in a row. So it's going to be slightly different to that first 2-bar sequence. It's going to be, yeah, very similar though. So start the same. Double stop on the 8th fret, hammer on to 10th fret B string. Double stop on 8. 5th fret on the G. 7th fret on the G, bend up and down. 5th fret. 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G. Exactly the same. Then we're going to start the lick the same, but it's going to be slightly different. 5th fret on the D, hammer on 5th fret to 7th fret, hammer on 5th fret to 7th fret G string, back to 5th fret G string, then 7th fret G string, then a bend up on the 7th fret G string, half a tone. Then with my first finger I'm going to play 5th fret E string. And I'm going to go back and re-bend 7th fret on the G string up and down, 5th fret on the G. So that's second half of the lick. Okay, so let me play that through. So as I say, that's a 2-bar sequence which we actually do twice in a row. So we're going to go, so this is the second and third time through. And again. So now already we're up to the 4th time through, and as you can probably guess, this first part of the riff lick is exactly the same. Double stop, 8th fret on the E and the B. Hammer on to 10th fret B. Double stop on the 8th fret. 5th fret on the G. Then on the G string, 7th fret, bend up and down. 5th fret G. 7th fret D. 5th fret G. Cool, exactly the same. This next bit's slightly different again. 5th fret on the D. Hammer on 5th to 7th on the D. I'm going to play that 5th fret on the G now twice. 7th fret on the G. Then I'm going to bend that 7th fret on the G up and down. Then I'm going to play 5th fret on the G, 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G. So it's closer to the first time through, but it is actually still slightly different. So let me play this 4th time through. Slightly longer bend, basically. That's how he manages to fit this in. So instead of the normal, it's a proper, basically just a slightly longer bend is how he fits it in. 4th time through, 5th time through. First bar's the same. Double stop, 8th fret E and B, hammer onto 10th fret B. Double stop, 5th fret G. Bend 7 up and down on the G. 5th fret G, 7th fret D, 5th fret G. Okay, exactly as you'd expect. 5th fret on the D. Then I'm going to hammer on 5 to 7 on the D. And then I'm going to play 5th fret on the G twice. So it's very similar to time number 4. Then I'm going to play 7th fret on the G. Then I'm going to play 5th fret on the E. And then I'm going to re-bend that up and down. And then 5th fret on the G. So we end up with... So it's really similar to the 4th time through, that 5th time through, but it is just slightly different, okay? So let me play the 5th time through. And then the 6th time through, the first bar is exactly the same again, basically. We've got E and B on double stop on the 8th fret, hammer onto B string, 10th fret, double stop, 5th fret G, 7th fret on the G up and down, 5th fret, 7th fret D, 5th fret on the G. Okay, cool. I've said it lots of times. 6th time I've gone through it. So, cool. 5th fret on the D, hammer on again. This I'm going to play the 5th fret on the G straight afterwards. So I'm going to go. There's a dead hit there, just a down up I'm going to do of a dead hit. G string is what I'm aiming for, but I'll probably hit the D string as well. It's fine. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to do 5th fret to 7th fret on the D string and then 5th fret on the G. Then I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so that's the 6 times through of that 2-bar sequence basically, and that is all played over the top of that C, G/B, you can't see my hand. C, G/B, A minor 7, G. That's the chord sequence, that bit's played over. That's just how it goes, okay? Obviously I've got the solo at the start of this video, so if you can't remember, just flick back to the start of the video and you'll hear me playing the solo. So the ending now, so the next chord is an F, but we're still going to stay in the same position. I'm now going to play double stop on the D and the G 5th fret, and I'm going to hammer on to 7th fret on the D. Then I'm going to play the double stop. The hardest thing there, obviously that's a pretty normal technique and a lick that he uses a lot. But the hardest thing is actually just getting that time, because it's not as... We've just been doing that, and now all of a sudden it's much slower. We go... We hold it. And then and the next bar, it's 7th fret on the A and 5th fret on the A. Okay, let me check the chord. I've got that written down somewhere. That's a G. And then we're going to go... So, there you go. And then the next, we've got 2 bars of E7. And we're going to basically do the same thing. We've got 6 bends here. We're going to bend 7th fret on the G string, and then we're going to play 5th fret on the E string. So the main thing there that actually when I was covering the solo I realised I was doing not very well is that you've got to really kill that bend before you hit that E string. Otherwise you get that horrible, and they ring out a bit together. Okay? Because normally if I'm doing a bend there, I use my first finger to dead the notes, but obviously I can't do that, so I'm having to use my right hand. I'm just resting my thumb with my right hand to kill that note. Okay? So that's the little bit of a difficult technique, but the rest of this solo is very classic Noel Gallagher and is very much achievable by kind of an intermediate player would find this probably relatively easy. Oh, my cat is so annoying. Right, so let me wrap up the video and go see what my cat is up to. That's it basically. We've got 6 times through of this very similar lick. The first bar of each of those 6 is exactly the same, it's just the second bar that does change. And then we've got a little bit of an ending as we go from F, G, E7. Okay, and then it just goes into the outro of the song. I'm going to put a link below into me doing the rhythm parts of the song. It's a really long video because actually there's lots of different rhythm parts. It's about a 25-minute video. So I'll put that in the link in the description so you can find all the rhythm parts and play that. You can find backing tracks on YouTube for this as well, so you can play along or just play along with the track. Love this solo. Very classic Noel Gallagher, and it sounds really, really good. So that's it. Let me wrap up as usual. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it if you would like the video. If you like the video, that really, really helps me. The same as commenting on the bottom. I really do genuinely appreciate it, and I try and reply to everyone, particularly if you're nice. Yeah, please subscribe to the channel. Again, it really, really helps, and I do really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys again for some more Oasis. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.